Assalamu alaikum and good evening, everyone. I am pleased to welcome you all to the College of Humanities and Social Sciences of the online graduate open house at Hamad bin Khalifa University for the academic year 2022 and 2023. My name is Ibtisam Al-Jahmi. I am the admissions officer at CHSS, and I am delighted to have this opportunity to welcome you all here today. I hope you find the event to be informative and that it helps you to guide you in your academic journey.
طبيعة الدراسة في جامعة حمد بن خليفة أن تربط المجال النظري بالمجال العملي.
دولة قطر تتبنى بخطى جادة متسارعة التحول نحو النقل الكهربائي المستدام.
Every college and HBKU does not work by itself. We are all working together.
Accessibility is important everywhere. With the World Cup, Qatar is sending a message that accessibility matters.
جامعة حمد بن خليفة من الجامعات المتميزة في مجال البحث المبتكر.
وجدت ضالتي في جامعة حمد بن خليفة. كل يوم أنا أحضر محاضرة أكتسب معلومات كثيرة.
Our session today aims to connect you with myself and the faculty members to explore the unique academic and research opportunities at the College of Humanities and Social Sciences, and learn more about the admissions requirement and the student affairs. Our session is set to include a recorded message from the provost, short video on CHSS students' experience, academic overview of our programs, and Translation and Interpreting Studies Department, Middle Eastern Studies Department, and our PhD in Humanities and Social Sciences. Also, it is set to include the admissions and application requirements, the student affairs, and at the end it will have a Q&A session where you can ask all your questions. Before we begin, I would like to remind you that all lines will be muted until the end of this session. If you have any questions you would like to ask, please share them in the Q&A box and we will follow up with a QA session. Please use the same steps for it if you are logging in from your mobile phone. I would like now to start the video for the provost message.
Michael Benedict, and I'm the Chief Academic Officer for the Provost at Hamad bin Khalifa University, and I welcome you to our Perspective Open House. I invite you over the next few hours to learn more about HBKU and how it might fit your individual interest. But let me start you off with a brief introduction. Hamad bin Khalifa is a unique research university that is organized and mandated to creatively solve research problems that are critical to this country, to the region, and to the world. Problems in areas such as sustainability, public policy, human health, Islamic finance, cybersecurity, natural language processing, and many, many others. You will not find the typical departments at HBKU that you might find at other universities. Our organization is designed on purpose to be different, to be multidisciplinary, and oriented to addressing societal challenges. We are small, and we don't try to do everything. But what we do is world-class. We are primarily a research graduate university with 35 different graduate programs, but only a single undergraduate program in computer engineering. Our faculty are internationally recognized for their scholarly work and are second to none. And by this, I don't mean just a few of our faculty, but I mean all of them. There's an extraordinary group of faculty you would learn from if you choose HBKU for your graduate education. We are organized in 6 colleges at HBKU: Islamic Studies, Humanities and Social Sciences, Science and Engineering, Health and Life Sciences, Law, and Public Policy, with a variety of multidisciplinary programs in each of them. HBKU is truly a global university with nationals, residents, and international students working together and learning together. There are currently nearly 1,000 remarkable graduate students studying here. With access to our state-of-the-art research equipment and guided by our outstanding faculty, you will be in the company of the best and the brightest students in your class, who are all seeking to become leaders and scholars in their chosen field. Our classes are not taught merely by faculty knowledgeable in their field. Our classes are taught by faculty making discoveries that rewrite the textbooks. If you choose to join us, you'll be working with these faculty. If your personal goal is excellence and making a difference in the world, please explore our offerings further and come join us next year if you find a program that matches your interest. I wish you the best success in your future studies, wherever you end up, but I especially look forward to seeing many of you here next year.
I would now like to invite Dr. Stephen Wright to welcome you all as the Acting Dean of the College of Humanities and Social Sciences and the Associate Dean of Student Affairs.
Thank you very much, Ibtisam, and good evening, everyone. I'm delighted to welcome you here for this open house for the College of Humanities and Social Sciences. As you've heard already, HBKU is a research-intensive university with an incredible faculty, and our college seeks to really add to that by giving you an experience which is something that will not only allow you to thrive in your studies, but also to give you a really rewarding experience. The college itself spans the humanities, social sciences, and essentially is multidisciplinary and interdisciplinary in its nature. We have genuine expertise and impact through our core areas, which relate to languages, digital humanities, translation studies, Middle Eastern studies more broadly, and more recently our intercultural communication degree. What you'll find is that our college essentially is grounded in terms of seeking to have impact not only through research, where that also informs the classroom setting, but also impact within society as well. And in the next slide, I'll just show you the some information about our programs. So could you move to the next slide, please, Ibtisam? Thank you. And what you'll see is that in our college, we have 6 master's programs, sorry, 5 master's programs and a PhD program as well. Our signature programs in translation studies, which are in audiovisual translation, translation studies, and intercultural communication. You'll be hearing more about them as part of this presentation, but we also have degrees in women's society and development and digital humanities and societies. To cap that off, we also have the PhD program as well, and you'll be hearing from the program director about that. Our college is diverse in nature. We have a truly international student body and a very diverse faculty body as well. Just by looking through those profiles of our faculty in the college, you'll find that really it echoes what the provost is saying. You'll be taught by genuine leaders in their field who have impact and will bring in their research to the classroom setting. The majority of our student body are females, so we it's a very diverse student character within the setting as well. Next slide. And within the college, I just want to end with giving you just very briefly that we have our own resources which are unique within the college, which essentially is we have our own resources center within the college, which has a subject specialist library. So when you actually come to the college, not only can you benefit from the resources that exist across HBKU and in Qatar Foundation, you can benefit from that subject specialism that we offer in the college's added value. We also have our own writing center within the college. This is just for our students. So our goal here is to make you succeed, to give you a rewarding experience, and then also for you to take that with you for your future careers, because we are very proud of what our alumni have achieved long-term wise. And the college also has a language center for those students who would like to do additional language courses as extracurricular activities. And then next slide on that note, I'll hand it over to back to Ibtisam. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Stephen. I would like now to play a video for our CHSS alumni before we go through the programs.
My name is Noor Al-Kawari, and I'm an alumni of HBKU, and I have a MA degree in Women's Society and Development. And why did I choose this program is because I believe in women's rights. And throughout the program, in the past 2 years, I was able to understand what feminism really is, engage with it, and understand what women's right really means in this region. After that, I was able to grow a broader understanding of what feminism is. I don't consider HBKU only helped me for my job only, but also shaped me for who am I today. As an employee at Qatar University and as an alumni of HBKU, I'm able to share my experiences and knowledge with whoever I sit with. And as an alumni and as an employee, I encourage all women to leave their comfort zone and experience what the world has to have. Because if they do not do that, then the world doesn't know that women are able to do everything. And one day, women's voices will be heard.
مرحبا بكم. اسمي نيفين الخواجة، خريجة كلية الإنسانيات والعلوم الاجتماعية من جامعة حمد بن خليفة في قسم دراسات الترجمة. برنامج ماجستير الترجمة في جامعة حمد بن خليفة أتاح لي فرصة وفتح لي الأبواب للدخول إلى عالم الإعلام. كنت أخذ مقرر الترجمة الإعلامية وكان يقدمها البروفيسور دكتور أشرف عبد الفتاح، وهو كان مترجم فوري في قناة الجزيرة، كان في السابق أيضا مترجم في الأمم المتحدة. أعمل حاليا مذيعة في قسم الأخبار بتلفزيون قطر الرسمي. أيضا أقوم بعمل تقارير داخلية أو ميدانية، وتعلمت أيضا على أيدي المنتجين والمحررين هنا في تلفزيون قطر من أصحاب الخبرة في القنوات التي قدموا منها. شهادة الماجستير من جامعة حمد بن خليفة جامعة مرموقة ولها سمعة طيبة.
Hamid Hamadi, Head of Programs Production in the Program Directorates in Al Jazeera News Channel. I graduated from the Digital Humanities and Societies program, only program that offered social science. And I was very much interested in jumping into that field to learn more about our societies and how do they actually function. But, you know, it turned out that the major is much more than that. The activities we've been doing in HBKU were mostly activities related to the classes themselves, as the classes are not the normal or regular classes that you would think that we would have, where there is a lecturer just giving a lecture with a PowerPoint presentation and leaves, but we actually did stuff. We did experiment with podcasting or with creating websites or with working on timelines or with working on graphics, utilizing all the skills that we have to infuse them within the major itself. And that was actually something very interesting and impressive regarding the curriculum of the major in here.
I would now like to invite Dr. Amr Al-Adwan, an Associate Professor at the Translation and Interpreting Department Studies, to present to you the Master of Arts in Audiovisual Translation.
Much, Ibtisam. Hello, everyone. It's my pleasure to be here today to present the MA program in Audiovisual Translation. Actually, I would like to start by highlighting the fact that the program is very unique in nature. It is the first and the only MA program in audiovisual translation, not only in Qatar, but also in the MENA region. Also, the program is accredited by the University of Geneva, which is one of the best academic institutions that teach translation studies, and the program was later awarded the FTI label of quality. As you know, audiovisual translation is a necessity nowadays, so we cannot live without the different branches of audiovisual translation. So we consume these services on a daily basis, whether we like it or not, via different outlets, including TVs, DVDs, cinema, museums, hospitals, and other online streaming channels such as Netflix and YouTube. However, there's a limited number of qualified AVT specialists in the region who are equipped with adequate knowledge and technical skills that would allow them to produce excellent quality work. This is why the MA in Audiovisual Translation at Hamad bin Khalifa University plays a significant role in graduating an increasing number of AVT specialists who would take on the responsibility of improving the quality of services offered in the region and help developing the academic and research components related to the various branches of audiovisual translation. Now let's have a look at the courses we offer in the program. As you might know, the program consists of 39 credit hours, and in the first semester, students have 3 core courses. These are Arabic stylistics, pragmatic translation, and introduction to translation studies. And in the next semester, students are introduced to the main branches of audiovisual translation. These are subtitling, voicing, and accessibility. And I have to say that accessibility is an interesting new area that we are investing on. And it includes subtitling for the deaf and hard of hearing, which is known as SDH, audio description for the blind and visually impaired, which is known as AD. Now, in the second year, students specialize in 1 or 2 branches of audiovisual translation, and this is why we have advanced subtitling, advanced dubbing, and intersensory translation for access. Now, in addition to these courses, students are also offered an internship opportunity in which they work on genuine material obtained from collaborating bodies such as AVT companies, media outlets, academic institutions, and many more. Moreover, students are involved and constantly encouraged to participate in outreach projects. And a good example in this regard is the participation of our students and alumni in Ajyal Film Festival, which is organized by Doha Film Institute. And in these events, our students produce subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing, audio description, and sign language interpretation. So as you can see, the program is very practical and theoretical at the same time, and it would certainly qualify our students to secure a job in the industry as AVT specialists, pursue their PhD studies, or simply become active researchers in the future. So this is in a nutshell what we offer our students in the program, and I would be more than happy to answer any questions you may have at the end of this session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Amr. I would now like to invite Dr. Wissam Abdul Jabbar, visiting professor in TISD, to present for you the MA in Translation Studies and MA in Intercultural Communication.
Thank you, Ibtisam. And hello, everybody. Thank you for coming to this open session. My name is Wissam Abdul Jabbar. I'm faculty in Intercultural Communication. I will present the Master of Arts in Translation Studies and Intercultural Communication as well. Before we go into the specifics of each program, I would like to quickly highlight that both programs have a joint structure and some joint characteristics as well. So, for example, they are all 2-year programs, and I mean, unless you do it part-time, in which case they take 3 years to complete. The second thing that I would like to share with you is that the curriculum is 39 credit hours, meaning that you would be with us every afternoon from 4 to 7, from Sunday to Wednesday. This is because Thursday afternoons are reserved for the many exciting events organized in and across programs in the college and in Education City at large. Now, I also would like to stress that all the programs of the Translation and Interpreting Studies Department address the key challenges faced by the humanities and social sciences in our globalized societies. So, for example, how knowledge is produced and circulated across languages, cultures, and territories, be them digital or physical. So that was just a case in point. The second aspect that is transversal to these programs is that they involve students in the very practice of interlinguistic and intercultural communication, cross-context settings and audiences. Of course, we do that to sharpen their communication skills and to develop an understanding of the complexities of creating and sharing knowledge, ideas, concepts, and emotions across languages and cultures. So let me now turn to the specifics of each program within this joint framework, so to speak. So for the Master of Arts in Translation Studies, this is the first of its kind in Qatar, and prepares students to perform translation across multiple contexts of work which shape the language industry in Qatar and beyond. So for instance, the media, trade, and the legal and financial sector, as well as literature in general. So in the first year, students will develop the translation skills that are necessary and common to all contexts. And then in the second year, they will specialize in the areas they are interested in. And to enable this, candidates need to come with the linguistic skills in English and Arabic, and that's also the case for the audiovisual translation program. These linguistic skills will be further developed through the practice of translation and in the course that is specifically designed for this, which is Arabic Stylistics for Translators. Now, in addition to that, students will learn how translation has been theorized in time and space, exploring, foundational theories of the field, and then open up their minds to critical approaches that have emerged in the postmodern and post-colonial context as well. So the curriculum really strives to make theory ring true to practice and vice versa, thus preparing graduates to live up to the standards of excellence of both the industry and academia. And in this light, the internship and the thesis, which students do in the second year, are springboard for that. Now, the internship is done here in the Training Translation Center, which is the prestigious, a prestigious translation service provider in Qatar industry, and where students really benefit from the expertise of senior translators and project managers. Last but not least, because the work of translation is now increasingly mediated by technologies, students also learn how to work with computer-assisted translation softwares and to develop a practical but also critical understanding of the challenges and the stakes of machine translation in our increasingly technologized world. Let me now turn to our newborn program, the MA in Intercultural Communication, which started this academic year. This is a unique program in Qatar designed to address the dire need for research and the complexities of intercultural communication and for developing intercultural communication policies and practices in multicultural societies like Qatar. So students will be prepared to manage communication across intercultural settings in profit and non-profit organizations, to do consulting in the public and private sectors, for example, through classes and through the internship. They also develop research methods and tools that are sensitive to cultural and language differences. And they also conduct research with these tools and methods in the thesis under the supervision of faculty experts available in the department. So to conclude, these two programs are characterized by their interdisciplinary nature, their capacity to blend theory and practice, and finally, their capacity to train students in highly specialized skills and at the same time in transversal skills that are required today of critical citizens. So thank you so much for your attention and for listening. I'll be happy to take questions if you have any at the end of the session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Wissam. I would now like to invite Dr. Hassan Hakimian, the Director of Middle Eastern Studies Department at the college.
Thank you very much, Ibtisam, and welcome to everyone who's joining us from all over the world, I believe, for this information session. My name is Hassan Hakimian. I'm Director of the Middle Eastern Studies Department at the college. We are a relatively young but dynamic college, and in fact reflecting very much the character of the university, as you heard from the introductory message from the provost. We started in 2017 and we have graduated 5 cohorts. This year, in fact, we're looking forward to completing the MA program of studies for our 6th cohort. We operate in very specialized and interdisciplinary fields, 2 of which have already been mentioned, the MA in Women, Society and Development, and the other one in Digital Humanities. Both are unique and as you have heard in descriptions of other programs, very much groundbreaking programs, both in the region and otherwise. These 2 programs have now been established as our signature programs, very much drawing from both the rigorous approach our faculty offer in training our students for their careers, but also offering relevance. So this combination of rigor and relevance is what characterizes our both programs. By rigor, I mean a scientific, evidence-based approach, which offers insights into the latest theoretical developments. So you will be grounded in the latest debates and theories, scholarly works. Our faculty, as you have already heard, are very research active. They are renowned faculty, have a very high profile internationally, and draw from a wide-ranging research in their fields of specialization to enrich classroom environment. By relevance, I mean both our programs really are at the frontier of serving the specific needs in furthering social and economic development of our countries and societies, both in the region and further afield. Let me spend a few minutes on each program. If we go to the next slide. The MA in Women's Society and Development has very much the same structure as has been described in respect of our other 3 programs preceding this one. 39 credit hours if you study full-time over 2 years, and 3 years if you go part-time. The structure, again, consists of a number of core courses giving you the foundation, followed by more specialized optional or elective courses, usually in the 2nd year. An important part of the MA program is writing the thesis under supervision in a subject area that you choose and for which you do research. Some of these research outcomes we have had from student thesis over the last few years are really very, very exciting, very relevant. For instance, topics relating to domestic workers, forced migration, women and violence, and a number of other topics which divorce, for instance, which really are very much at the heart of what constitutes concern for and challenges of addressing the increased role of women in society and community. As you know, many countries in their national vision documents and also, of course, the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, specifically SDG 5, is focused on achieving landmark status for increased participation of women in society. An important part of learning process, again, as has been mentioned in respect of our other programs, is internship. We offer opportunities for extending classroom learning through experiential acquisition of knowledge and skills in work context. This is particularly popular with our international students who would like to familiarize themselves with work conditions, work experiences in Qatar. And this is usually a program which is offered and organized over the summer months between year 1 and year 2. A number of elective courses are offered which add, if you like, flavor to the program and expand areas of expertise. For instance, women in comparative religions, women law and citizenship, family and kinship, and so on and so forth. Women in literature and cinema of the Middle East. And every year we make sure that the list of electives and optional courses available reflect contemporary interest. Very briefly, if we go to the next slide, the Digital Humanities MA, this really reflects the modern day paradox of the need to address and challenge and address the challenge posed by a massive explosion in the quantity of information we are all faced with. Information that is available both in print and in digital format, through internet, through social media, through libraries, through publication, through journals, and how to structure, how to distill, and how to analyze and utilize such information has posed tremendous challenges for a variety of different types of fields, both in humanities and social sciences, the way we research history, the way we publish, the way we present findings. All of this is now affected by a wide array of digital media, social media that is available, which wasn't available only until 1 or 2 decades ago. So again, we have a 2-year program, 39 credit hours consisting of Common Core and elective courses, internship opportunity to enhance classroom learning, and a wide range of electives such as coding, civil society and activism, digital innovation. The topics, some of the topics our students deal with in their thesis, for instance, relate to AI, artificial intelligence, hate speech, digital disinformation and digital authoritarianism, and a wide range of really very topical subjects. Just in case you were wondering whether, in respect of both our programs, we apply strict requirements for your field of undergraduate study, no. Both our programs are interdisciplinary. We welcome diversity in the classroom. We value what you bring with you in terms of your knowledge, expertise, experience into the classroom. So applicants are not restricted to any particular areas in terms of their prior qualifications. In fact, we draw strength from having a wide range of fields covered in the classroom. And the sort of jobs that our programs prepare our students are very much reflecting the current contemporary need in the field of women's society and development, international organizations, UN agencies, of course, public sector, government departments, increasingly addressing the need to open up the space for public discourse and policy in respect of increased role of women. And of course, at community level, this is also voluntary sector. So it's a wide array of jobs that our graduates relate to in the field of digital humanities. Again, you have a wide array from specialized librarians to journalists to commentators, and of course, both these programs, like our other programs, prepare our students for further research qualifications such as PhD. I'll be very happy to deal with any questions you might have, and I would like to end by thanking you again for your interest and participation in today's information session. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Hassan. Before we move on, I would like to remind you that if you have any question you would like to ask, please share them using the Q&A tab on the lower right of the WebEx screen by clicking on the 3 dots. Please direct these questions to all panelists to make sure that your questions are visible to all of us. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Mehdi Riazi, the Director of PhD Program and Professor and Associate Dean for Research.
Thank you very much, Ibtisam. Thank you, colleagues, and another warm welcome to participants in this open house. I can say that there are 50 participants, perhaps across different places. Good evening. It's 6:35 in Doha, Qatar, and wherever you are, we wish you all the best. As you already know, PhD is considered the highest level instructional program at universities, and graduates of PhD programs develop expertise and insights in areas of research. And this is not only because of the different courses that they take and enroll in, but also because of the lively discussion of topics in different courses, as well as exposure to a variety of research methods. And therefore, graduates can assume different roles across academia, as well as in public and private organizations across the globe, in the state, in the region, and globally. It's a pleasure to talk about our PhD program and share with you some information that I hope you find useful. So if you go to the next slide, as you can see, the title of the PhD in our college is Humanities and Social Sciences. And this distinguishes our PhD program from many other PhDs in different universities that you might have seen, that they concentrate and focus on a specific subject matter. So this gives flexibility to both PhD candidates as well as the supervisors to work on areas of mutual interest and address some of the crucial problems that we are facing in a very complex and unpredictable, world. It draws supervision from across Education City. The good thing actually is that Hamad bin Khalifa University and our College of Humanities and Social Sciences, is located in Education City, which has branch campuses of high-ranked universities, and therefore there is the possibility of having co-supervisors from other campuses. And also our program, the PhD program, engages with themes and ideas that cut across disciplines, as our acting director, Dr. Stephen mentioned. Our programs, including master's and PhD, are multidisciplinary and interdisciplinary. And again, this is one of the characteristic features of our PhD program. And so students develop expertise across disciplines, but within relevant fields. And it's a 4-year program, if you would like to know. Of course, a 4-year full-time program, and the number of credit hours involved or required for the completion of the program is 54 credit hours. These 54 credit hours are translated into 3 core courses, 3 electives. So altogether, there would be 6 credit hours, 6 courses, each with 3 credit hours, and therefore 18 credit hours are devoted to coursework. And usually the coursework are completed over the usually 2 or 3 semesters. And then students have to participate in qualifying exam as well as candidacy exam before they move to residency status and concentrate and focus on their dissertations. The three core courses are explorations in global humanities. So as the nature of the program actually is humanities and social sciences. So one of the core courses is explorations in global humanities, that different topics are discussed. And the other core course is explorations in interdisciplinary. Again, this aligns with the nature of the program, which is an interdisciplinary, program. And there is a doctoral independent study that gives you the chance and opportunity to focus on your thesis proposals, although you are required to provide a draft proposal as one of the documents for admission. But this is only to tell us the areas that you are interested in and also the type of study that you envisage to carry out. But in the doctoral independent study, you will be given enough chances and opportunity to work with your supervisors and therefore finalize your proposal to be defended in the candidacy exam. The next slide, please. I can tell you that, as you can see, actually, because there are 18 credit hours devoted to coursework, the rest of the credit hours, which is 36, is given to dissertation. As you can see, it's a high level of credit hours, and this is because a PhD thesis or dissertation is a major research-based work, and one of the criteria for thesis is that they need to significantly contribute to the body knowledge of the field, and therefore it's very important, and this is why that research counts, very highly in this program. I think these are, the most important thing that I wanted to share with you with regard to our PhD program. Regarding applying for the program, because we have, a small number of faculty, as the provost mentioned, actually, his, opening talk. So we need to make sure that those who are admitted to our PhD program can be given, full supervision. So in order to do that, what I suggest is that you consult our research clusters. I share with you a link in the chat box that can take you to the research clusters in our college. And therefore make sure that your chosen topic for the proposed, research for your dissertation aligns with one of these research clusters. In addition, please make sure that you go through faculty profiles who are affiliated with each of these research clusters to know about their research background and their research interests, and therefore create your draft of proposal so that we can ensure that we will be able to provide you with supervision. If you have any questions, I would be happy to answer your questions at the end of today's presentation, but also if you need further information or have got any question that might not be answered today, you can send us an email and we would be more than happy to get back to you. Thank you very much for your attention, and back to you, Ibtisam.
Thank you, Dr. Mahdi. I would now like to start with the admissions process, the application process and requirements for MA programs. Eligibility: a bachelor's degree from a recognized institution in a relevant field, high academic records, high level of proficiency in English, high level of proficiency in Arabic only for translation studies and audiovisual translation. The requirements are fill out an online application through our website, provide your academic transcript. We require a minimum of 3.0 GPA or equivalent. 4. Grading scale. This is only required if your GPA is not out of 4. Your personal statement or statement of interest on why would you like to join this program, your CV, identification documents, a minimum of TOEFL score of 79 or IELTS score of 6.5, which is mandatory for math and maths, the translation and audiovisual translation, or you can provide an official letter from your university stating that the medium of instructions was in English. Again, the IELTS and TOEFL is still compulsory for the translation programs. The international applications deadline is February 1st, 2023, and the Qataris and residents application deadline is March 15th. You can take a photo or screenshot of of these important details, and you can address us or email us anytime at admissions.chss@hbku.edu.qa, and you can also call us on our office number. The requirements and application process for the PhD: eligibility, a bachelor's and master's degree from a recognized institution in a relevant field, high academic records, high level of proficiency in English. The requirements are again similar. Fill out an online application through our website. Provide your academic transcript, the bachelor and master's, with a minimum of 3.0 GPA out of 4 or equivalent. Grading scale, personal statement, your CV, identification documents, TOEFL of 79 or IELTS of 6.5, or an official letter from your university stating the medium of instructions is in English, 2 recommendation letters, and a research proposal. Again, the deadline for international applicants and Qataris and residents is listed on the slide, and I shared with you our email address through the chat box. Scholarships and tuition fees. These are the tuition fees which are also available on our website. The degree is built on a credit hour basis depending on the number of credits done in a given semester. Also, a payment plan can be arranged to spread out the payments for the degree. The scholarships. CHSS provides opportunities for scholarships funding on a very competitive basis. Once you submit your online application, you are automatically considered for scholarship opportunities. So there is no application needed to be submitted other than the admissions application. CHSS offers scholarships or tuition waivers ranging from 50% to 80%. Scholarships or tuition waivers will be given based on the academic merit, excellence, and financial needs. The students awarded with scholarship or tuition waiver should adhere to the scholarship policy, which includes enrolling as a full-time and maintaining an average GPA of 3.25. I would now like to play a final short video for you on the student affairs.
شؤون طلاب جامعة حمد بن خليفة راح يوفر لكم الدعم المناسب خلال مسيرتكم التعليمية، منتظرين إنجازاتكم وإبداعاتكم الأكاديمية والغير أكاديمية خلال مسيرتكم في جامعة حمد بن خليفة. حياكم الله في جامعتكم.
مستعدين للرحلة؟ نحن هنا لدعمكم. Let us make your journey in HBKU unforgettable.
أبوابنا مفتوحة لكم، تواصلوا معنا.
Enjoy your journey and stay safe.
Stay focused and determined.
كونوا منارة للعلم، فنحن هنا لدعمكم ولمساعدتكم.
Be confident that we are here to offer all the non-academic support.
من خلال الرحلات الداخلية والخارجية والكثير من الفعاليات والبرامج والأنشطة التي سوف تزيد من عالمكم المعرفي.
We're looking forward to meeting you in person.
You are now on your journey to be an HBKU ambassador.
We will now address as many questions as we can through the Q&A box, which the first question we received is, are the translation MA programs available online? No, our classes are all in person. They are not online. Noor is asking, I formerly worked at Facebook and Google in counter-terrorism, hate speech, misinformation, and many other teams. At Google, I work in policy and advertising. Can the experience be applied towards class credit or length of time reduced? Unfortunately, Noor, it is not possible. But I would like to ask Dr. Hassan if he would like to add a few points.
Yeah, as you said, the short answer is no. Our university does not take into account professional experience as compensation for credit. But I would say that, that shouldn't deter you from considering to apply and join if this is a field that interests you. I can assure you many other students in the class come from backgrounds where they have a lot of experience. And what our program does is it gives a unique opportunity to systematize in a very rigorous academic framework past experiences and to elevate you to a higher level of professional development and ideally place you in a better position in the job market for the next step on the ladder up. So whilst the short answer is no, I would encourage you not to give up, and I will assure you, actually, 2 years may sound a lot, but it goes so quickly. This is a common message we get from all our students. Thank you.
Thank you. Fatma is asking that I hold a computer science bachelor from Qatar University, MBA from University of Liverpool, executive master in leadership and policy from Georgetown, USA, and I am interested in PhD in humanities, social sciences, studies, and digital. Would that be possible? Yes, Fatma, you are eligible. Just please submit your application for a full review. And as mentioned by Dr. Mehdi, you can check the research clusters and check the expertise of our faculty. Saria is asking, is there a possibility of admission PhD in digital humanities with scholarship? Yes, Sarah, as mentioned, we offer scholarships depending on certain criteria and on a competitive basis. Fatma is asking, can I do the PhD in part-time? Unfortunately, Fatma, it is not possible. It's a full-time program. Amelia is asking, I am interested to apply for the program of PhD. The background of my master's degree is in communication sciences. Is it eligible to apply to this program? I would like to focus on media and communication studies. Besides, how do I make grade scale? Amelia, yes, it is possible. As mentioned by Dr. Mehdi, you should check the research clusters and the fields of expertise by our faculty. And the grading scale can be found either on the back of your transcript or online through your university website. Umar is asking, hello, I am Umar from Tanzania. Do I need to send English proficiency while English was used as medium of instruction during undergraduate studies? And what is the minimum GPA? Yes, Umar, it is required to provide an official letter from your university, and the minimum GPA is 3. Noor is asking, can we meet? Okay, can if she wants to meet us to decide what program is best fit, yes, Noor, please email us and we can arrange for the meeting. Okay, Amina is asking, PhD program, should the 2 recommendation letters be from academic people, example professors, only, or can I request one from my manager at work? Yes, I mean, it's possible. It's either your professors or your manager. Okasha is asking, thank you so much for the informative session. I understand that Digital Humanities and Societies is an interdisciplinary program which encompasses different fields. Is there specializations for the students in the program? Dr. Hassan, would you be able to answer him?
Yes, this is a very good question, because digital humanities and societies is a wide field, especially since, as I mentioned, the application of digital technologies is now all-embracing and encompassing a whole set of wide range of areas. The specialization comes partially through the choice of your thesis topic, your research. In the structure of our programs, typically thesis accounts for 20%, 1/5 of the overall credit hours. And it takes up the second year, basically. So a very good weight and proportion of the 2-year program is devoted to a topic that you define with help from your supervisor, that you research under supervision. And in many ways, the outcome, the thesis thus produced over the second year of your master's program becomes essentially the final outcome and produce an intellectual, if you like, signature of your program. That's what you take away with you, and that's what ideally, if it's good quality, you can aim to have it published or even presented in conferences, and a lot of our students do that. So yes, there is scope for specialization, and you can solidify that interest through choosing an important topic that is of relevance and interest to you, and the supervision that you will receive will ensure that you produce something that hopefully you'll be very proud of by the end of your master's program.
Thank you, Dr. Hassan. Mohammed is asking, what about the class hours or timings? Mohammed, our classes are from 4 till 7 evening time. It depends on the classes you are taking. So it's from Sunday to Wednesday. Usually we take the Thursdays off. Zahra is asking, is GRE still necessary for PhD applicants? Because it's not mentioned in the website anymore. Yes, it's not required anymore for the PhD. Okay. Okay. Someone is asking, can I apply for MA and PhD? Daria is asking, can I apply both for MA and PhD? Yes, you can apply for both the programs, but make sure you submit all the requirements for both programs. And I would advise you to focus on only one specific program instead of applying for two. Hussein is asking, do I need reference letters for MA? And is it possible to write my thesis on political science and international relations based on the program of digital humanities, something related with fields of international relations, yet via computer methods? Hussein, the reference letters are not required for MA programs. Dr. Hassan, would you like to answer the second part?
Yes, of course it is. I mean, for instance, we've had, just to give you some example, in the digital humanities topics and thesis, some of our students have researched. For instance, to give you an example of the 2017 blockade against Qatar, which was a very hot regional politics topic. The reflection of such a hot regional political subject in the social media, Twitter, for instance, is absolutely, it's very relevant. And the techniques you would learn through the MA Digital Humanities equip you to conduct discourse analysis. Quantitative linguistics is another aspect. And you learn the tools and you choose what context to apply them. If it's politics and international relations, of course. If it is you are more interested in psychology or sociology and want to apply it in a social context, the choice is yours. It's the rigorous training and the tools and the introduction to the techniques that enables you to feel much more empowered in terms of both defining your research and conducting it.
Thank you, Dr. Hassan. Amina is asking, can we find samples of thesis or thesis titles corresponding to the research cluster? Amina, unfortunately, it's not listed on the website, but if you need help, you can email us and we can redirect your inquiry. Okay, I think we covered most of the questions. Could I apply for 2 to 3 programs at the College of Humanities and Social Sciences, for example, Master of Arts in Translation Studies and Master of Arts in Intercultural Communication? Yes, it is possible to apply for more than one program. However, make sure you submit 2 different personal statements. I think we pretty much answered all your questions, but if you have any more questions, please do not hesitate to email us and we would definitely be able to help you. So I think this would mean the end of our session. Thank you all for joining us, and we hope to see you as students at CHSS. Thank you.